Alright, hello people, and welcome to the first wreck analysis video of my 1 to 100 scale cardboard Titanic bow section, which you can see on the screen before you right now. There's gonna be quite a few of those in the upcoming months, probably. I'll occasionally just go and explore the wreck with my underwater camera. And that is gonna be great to see the deterioration. Also, thank you to Brit Kid in Auckland for being my 1000th sub. That is great because now I can get monetized and be rich from YouTube. Okay, no, I'm just gonna shut up about that. So here we can see some beautiful footage, but this is really important. So this is the state of the wreck below the oceans, or below the lake surface. I'm completely broken in the head. Here you can see the ship has just kind of torn down here, and this right here and this, those are two bulkheads which actually just got torn out from inside here. And yes, because the artificial draft here, it's actually, it was strong enough to not rip. But yeah, this basically happened due to the bow being too heavy and filled with gravel, and it kind of fell down. Because when this got wet, it just kind of tore off after a few minutes. And the forward well deck, which is this thing, it just fell out. So yeah, because there was nothing to hold it here. It was technically should have been in here, but all structural integrity failed, basically. So yes, and now basically the bow kind of fell down, and of course due to it being kind of a V shape, it fell to the side because it doesn't want to stay upright with it being top heavy with gravel. So it kind of fell to the side and dragged the bow section down sideways as well. So this is why the wreck looks the way it does. So here's our first piece of footage. Here we can see basically just the hull moving past us. This is really interesting. We can observe here this right here, this structure is the helm, and here we have quite a lot of engine telegraphs, 1, 2, 3. Here this is the compass binnacle, and this another engine telegraph. Here there should be one right here behind this wall, but we are currently not really able to see that. Yeah, the roof of the bridge, it kind of floated off, and I actually have it right here. This is the bridge roof. I think I showed that off already. So yeah, that is quite sad, but at least I do have it. It's a kind of an artifact, could call it that. Yeah, this is why you can kind of see into the what would have been the wheelhouse, but of course it's empty in here, so I just kind of left it blank. So yeah, here you can also see the Morse lamp and a couple of davits, but we are probably gonna see that better in another shot, so I'm just gonna let this play. Here we can see a lifeboat floating up because I kind of forgot to remove it. Here we can probably be able to get a better view in a few shots time, but this is the crow's nest, and here's the mast. There's the cargo derrick. You can kind of see it here, and there is just this back here, this whole structure. That's the forward well deck, and it is absolutely disintegrated. I mean, the well deck itself is still in decent condition, but you know, it kind of fell out. So you can kind of see also here the mast is bent backwards because the ship flexed during the sinking, and that just kind of bent the mast aft. We can see a rope that has kind of hit the bridge here and bent it forwards. This was, I believe, no, this should have been a stay. It's going back here, so oh no, I think this actually goes to one of those kind of waist high walls on the bridge, and that just still attached, and that just kind of hit the bridge and bent it downwards. So this is a really good close-up shot. We can again see. Yeah, probably worth mentioning. Here, this right here, this structure, that is one of those wooden pillar things, which I still have no clue what they are, and I'm kind of lazy and didn't want to research, which I probably should, but I don't know. This is a really close shot. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Kind of see still here. This right here, there's a rope attached here, and the equivalent to that on the other side. That just kind of tagged the bridge up here. So so that's that. All right, let's continue. There's again the boat floating up, and here's also some fun stuff. So this right here, that's kind of the remains of a railing. Here again, the lifeboat here floating up. There we're gonna again see some random railing just floating around. I have no clue what the hell what that is. Yeah, and here if you look really closely, you can kind of see a railing just hanging down because of course it got wet and it just kind of bent down. So so yes, down here we can actually see a ventilator, and I believe that was the one. I should probably just show a picture. The one in front of the port side raised roof from the lounge, and that's the one with the stairs that would have been here. And you can see kind of the raised roof itself. It doesn't really exist anymore. It just kind of floated off. A lot of the actual ventilators, because I made them out of foam, they just kind of floated out. So yeah, this right here, this whole thing that's closer to the camera, that is actually just a huge pile of deck house roof that has kind of floated up and is hanging there because it's still kind of attached. This right here is a Red Bull can, which I basically used as a weight, as an anchor, so the ship doesn't drift away. In the end, I didn't really need it because it wasn't windy at all, so once I accidentally kind of tripped over it and nearly dropped the camera phone into the lake, I just kind of tore the line off and didn't really bother. And I accidentally managed to capture this on video, which is wonderful. Okay, so what can we see here? Once again, of course, the wheelhouse falling apart, but here we can see some beautiful detail. We can see that there is quite a lot of debris on the deck. So yeah, we can see the actual this standing platform thing for the helmsman, the actual helm in reasonably good detail, and yeah, the whole thing just falling apart here. If you look closely, you can actually see here this white bit is a piece of paper that's probably just separating from the actual cardboard structure. But once again, here, telegraph, 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 and here's the other telegraph which we're not able to see previously. And yes, the collapsible lifeboat here, that is actually still attached because that did not have a floating out mechanism, and it kind of glued on. That's why it didn't have enough buoyancy to kind of tear itself off. It might be gone now. This footage is like a week old, so stuff happens over time, and especially at the beginning with the cardboard ships. Okay, this is interesting. Here we can see this darkness basically below the aft piece of the bow section with the bridge and stuff. That's still kind of floating up. There is still buoyancy in there somehow, and it's kind of kept up by said buoyancy. Okay, this is a thing I think more interesting. This is the tear between, yes. Okay, this is really cool. So this clean line right here is the place where the ship split. Two pieces of cardboard actually met here at a bulkhead, which is this thing right here. And yeah, that just tore off. And up here, the connection was a tiny bit stronger, and that just kind of ripped the cardboard. Was not strong enough when wet and holding 7 kilos of gravel. So yeah, here we might just be able to see the gravel. Yes, once again a beautiful look of the crow's nest. But down here, this is a bulkhead, as you can see, and that down here may be a bit difficult to tell, but that is the gravel I filled through the forward well deck. This little thing right here, that's the bell, and yeah, the crow's nest, and down here's the forecastle railing. That is cool. So let's continue. Oh yeah, here you can see we can get our first glimpse of the forecastle deck right here. It's kind of fading off into the distance. I didn't really get good forecastle footage. I should probably do a second video on that. This is quite interesting because this is still here. Because this right here is quite distinctive. It's the compass tower, so that's visible right here. There is a ventilator here, which I remember hitting when cutting the ship apart. That was fun. Here we can see some of the gravel I, in the end, just kind of poured into the stern section because the aft part floated up, because cardboard is buoyant and therefore it wanted to stay on the surface. A bit of that landed up here on the raised roof, and here. You can see the deck delaminating here, it's kind of falling off. Here's ventilation machinery and some remnants of a railing. Yeah, this is really destroyed, but actually surprisingly well preserved. Back here is the railing of the raised roof, which is really cool, like that right here. I wouldn't have expected that to survive, because the railings on the deck house roofs, they just fell over, all of them. They just got wet and didn't want to live anymore, presumably. Here we can look into A deck, but there's nothing to see here. It's completely washed out, and if you were able to see something, which may be a possibility, but that's also not a thing, because as you can see here, it's completely overgrown already after a week, so yeah. Alright, so this is it for the first episode. This video, or my footage, turned out to be like an hour long, so I need to cut it up into 3 parts. And this is the end of the third one. I will upload parts 2 and 3 in the coming days, weeks, probably days. I'll make a bit of a tighter upload schedule for those, because they belong together. So yeah, wishing you guys a wonderful day. Subscribe if you have not. Thank you once again for the 1K subs. That is absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Goodbye.